And good morning, everyone, and happy Independence Day 2024. I'm Michael, and I'm here with my friend Lewis, and we are broadcasting to you today from sunny Southern California, San Diego, La Mesa area specifically. How you doing, Lewis?
I'm doing great. It's a great Independence Day, and I'm excited for tonight's fireworks.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's got to love fireworks. If you don't love fireworks, then leave. Don't be here. I don't know. Everybody likes a big bang. But it's sunny and 71 in La Mesa.
Great weather out here, huh?
Actually, it's gorgeous out. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice little breeze. Love seeing the American flags, Old Glory flying. Absolutely wonderful.
No, it's a great day to fly Old Glory.
Every day is a great day to fly Old Glory. Every day here should be Independence Day. But we're broadcasting to you from the pseudo great state of California. You know, Commie Farm, California, California, however you want to word it these days.
So the first thing I was asking you was, did you see this post on Facebook? To which you replied,
I don't have Facebook. You know that.
and I proceeded to ask why. So can you explain a little bit why are you not a Facebooker?
You know me. I say what's on my mind, and I apparently piss far too many people off because I speak what's on my mind, and people don't like accepting facts.
So did at some point, you had a Facebook at some point.
I did, yes.
So
I mean,
does this mean...
technically it still exists. I haven't logged into it in over a decade, so I'm like locked out of it. Like it's been dormant for over a decade.
Does this mean that you spent a lot of time in Facebook jail?
Do
Do you know what the Facebook jail is?
Yeah, it's people that speak out and use common sense, and they get punished for it because they're using their heads and they're, being thought-provoking individuals. And Facebook's like, oh my God, you're being too smart. You're saying things that are too true. It goes against our narrative. You're in jail. Do not pass go. Go directly to jail. Do not collect $200.
So you spent quite some time in Facebook jail.
No, I actually never went to Facebook jail. I actually got, short and sweet of it is, over a decade ago, I had a Facebook page. I never put anything on it. It was just, it existed. And somebody put a meme up on my stupid page that I never knew was there. And apparently it caught the attention of some people that...
So wait, somebody posted a meme on your, your feed? Like your main page?
Yes, somebody posted something to my main page. This is
okay
over a decade ago, and I didn't know it was there. I didn't get a notification because my phone was much older, and I guess I didn't have the settings on the right way. And short and sweet of it is, I got questioned at work about a post on my stupid feed, my wall, whatever you want to call it. And even though I didn't post it, they were like, you can't have this posted up because of what you do. And
Can you explain what the meme was?
You really want to go down this road with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, crap. So it was back when Obama was in his first term, and I would like to say I'm more of an independent. However, I definitely lean a little more conservative on the majority of things. I'd like to say I'm a healthy mix of being a conservative with minor, at best, Democratic tendencies. I mean, I'm a registered Republican, but anyways, there was a meme it was a cartoon meme, and I guess there was a tree, and there was a guy that was representing Barack Obama at the bottom of it, and he was reaching up, and I guess there were bananas or coconuts or something up in the tree, and he was at that time the president, and I didn't know it was on there, and everybody that saw it was like, oh my God, this kid's anti-Obama. He's anti the president, he's anti-this. So work kind of said, hey, why'd you put that up? And I said, obviously I didn't. I was like, if you notice, it was posted by this individual, so why aren't you talking to this individual?
But they thought that since you were friends with this person, or at least associated with him, they thought you shared the same thoughts or the same views, right? Something like that?
Yeah, apparently assumptions are always the thing. But you know what the great thing is? When you assume something, you make an ass out of yourself and out of me. So good job for whoever that...
When I was in boot camp, they used to say this thing. I don't know if they still say it. It was like, assuming is the mother of all fuck-ups or something like that.
You're not wrong.
Was that a thing?
I don't remember what what were they, RDCs, DIs?
RDCs, yeah.
Yeah, they screamed at me like they got in my face, and they would say, "Recruit, what? You know Shafe? You know Shafe today?" And I'm like,
Wait, what? You know Shave?
"Yeah, the woman that there was a female,
Filipino or something?
I don't know, she was." I don't remember what her nationality was, but she was 5'0". She'd be staring up at me, screaming, and I shaved. We shaved every time we got out of the damn bunks,
Yeah.
and she'd be like, "Recruit, you know Shave? You know Shave?" Hell, she even looked at me one day, and I hope I don't piss anybody off when I say this, but she looks at me and she says, "You shave with a banana? Did you shave with a banana?" And I literally, my razor was still in my pocket of my utilities. I pulled my razor and held up. I was like, "No, I shaved with this." And she just yells at me. She's like, "That's a razor." And I'm like, "No kidding." Well, I didn't say no kidding. I said no shit. And I don't even know how many push-ups I had to do after that, but she was screaming at me the whole time. And I don't know how we got on this tangent, but anyway, short and sweet of it is that when we graduated from basic training, Christ, it sounds like forever ago now, I went to say goodbye to her, and I went to say thank you. I think she was an RP1. And
Religious programs.
oh, she wasn't very religious. She took the Lord's name in vain daily.
Ooh.
She was the opposite of religious programs. She was
Opposite.
anti-Christ programs.
Wow.
And I went to leave, and I had the stupid sea bag, I had the garment bag, I had all that crap with me, and I went to leave. I'm on my blues, and I said, I don't remember if it was thank you RP1 or thank you petty officer. I went to say thank you because they're there to do a job. They're there to break you down. They're there to make you feel miserable, which they did a very good job achieving that goal with me. And she just said, "Get out of my face, recruit! Get out of my face!" And I'm just like, all right, well,
What a way to start your career, huh?
thank you for making the first 8 to 10 weeks of my life in the Navy so fun, so memorable.
Those short RDCs were the worst.
She was just.
I had a 5'1" or something. HM2. Not gonna say her name.
I'm not gonna say RP1's name.
Um,
I'll never forget her though. She was mean.
this one was mean too, and she had something with me. Like, I don't know. I think she hated my guts. But one day she's talking to me, and I accidentally, impulse.
You accidentally did something.
I accidentally scratched my nuts. Like, how you just touch yourself real quick? You check your bag real quick. And she was like, "Did you just touch yourself?" And I was like, "What?" How you don't even remember doing it because it's so involuntary.
It's just a spur of the moment. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I got an itch. It's like having an itch on your nose.
Exactly.
When you're standing at attention in formation, and you're like, the fly or the mosquito lands on you, it's like, no, go away, and you just go to scratch yourself. Yeah, of course.
So that happened, and
But
she
you
was
just so
furious.
you just so happen to accidentally grab
Yes.
yourself in your
So
lower
she
region.
she was so offended by it. "Did you just touch yourself?" She proceeded to yell at me for like 5 minutes. But we were going somewhere as a division, so they didn't have time to make me do push-ups right there and then. So she told the RDC1 or LS1, whatever his name was, we'll get him tonight. Like they're gonna,
Of course.
they're gonna PT me tonight. And it was messed up because they waited till I showered, and then they proceeded to PT me.
You know what they say? No good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah, that is true. My wife says that a lot. I like that one.
My wife asked me, this was a couple of years ago, she's like, "How different is the service now compared to when you first went in?" And
Oh, totally.
I told her, I was like, if I'm being completely sincere, I was like, the service from before when you and I joined, before I joined, that was the real service. Now it's way too soft.
I heard they don't curse anymore in boot camp. They don't curse at recruits.
I've watched some videos on YouTube about, Navy basic training, Coast Guard basic training. I think, and again, I've never been through Coast Guard basic training, never been through Marine basic training, never been through any of these things. And from my understanding, I think the Coast Guard was always the tougher basic training, or up there with Marine Corps basic training. But I don't know. I think the Army Marines kind of tapered off a bit. I don't know.
I don't know if no disrespect to the Marines, but judging by the people I saw in Kings Bay that were Marines, I don't know. It might have gotten a little softer, maybe. Because I met some of them, and I was like, "You're a Marine?" Like,
I found just talking to people saying, "Hey," and looking at their rank tabs or their pins. I mean, they're all sergeants to me. Once they have a couple chevrons or whatnot, they're all sergeants to some degree from what I recall. So
yeah.
But just saying, "Hey, Sergeant, what's up?" or "Hey, how's it going?" or "Hey, excuse me," or whatnot. Most of them seem pretty cordial. I never had any problem with them. I mean, I think they like shooting
Not at all. Yeah.
shooting the breeze and whatnot. But they would all. The only thing I remember from it was they would all say, "So, E4 to E6 is all the same thing." I was like, "Yeah, it's all petty officer. It's not something prestigious like sergeant." And
Yeah.
I think about a handful of them when I was there would just ask me, "So where does the term petty officer come from, or seaman?" I'm like, "Well, we're a derivative, I believe, of the
Like commissioned officers.
Royal Navy."
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to screw up my history real quick here, but lieutenant is a derivative from, I believe, lieutenant, and petty officer, seaman, all that stuff. I believe that's all from the Royal Navy and whatnot. But anyways, so back to the original question that you'd asked me. So because some knucklehead decided to put something up on my stupid Facebook wall, which
Going back to the original Facebook topic,
which was irrelevant, I got in trouble for it, and it offended me because it was blatantly obvious that I hadn't done anything wrong. It was blatantly obvious that it was just, for lack of better terms, you're such a goofball. It was just it was blatantly obvious that.
but you're just taking a picture.
I know, and you're being silly. I was trying to focus. It was just obvious that it wasn't from me. It was somebody else, and I don't even know who it was. I don't know if it was somebody I was affiliated with, somebody I was friends with, or some random person that said, "Oh, there's this guy on Facebook. I'm going to post this to his wall." But either way, I got lectured for it. I got yelled at for it. So I decided at that point I was just not going to use Facebook because
Fair enough.
It was like I was caught in the crossfire of something stupid. It was petty.
Yeah.
And then short version of it is the next election happened. It was who the hell did he run up against? Romney. It was Romney. It was Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. And I'm from New England, and that's a helicopter.
Yep. The great outdoors.
Hell yeah, all day, every day. But
Funny thing, they're always looking for criminals out here in California.
do they ever find them? That's the question. Oh, wait, what do they have, that catch and release thing? Or, oh, wait, you only stole $999.99 worth of merchandise. Oh, you didn't hit 1,000, so we can't prosecute you. We got to let you go. Way to promote crime. I can't say the word.
Turkeys.
Yeah, turkeys. They're a bunch of flightless birds.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for somebody. I see the...
Is it a traffic helicopter?
So, ladies and gentlemen, there's just a helicopter right above us, and he's looking for somebody because he's circling. Maybe they're looking for Michael. I don't know.
Why the hell would they look for me? I pay
I
my
don't know.
taxes.
Maybe you did something. You pissed somebody off.
When does that
Maybe
not
this
happen?
podcast right now is just pissing them off. The feds got a hold of our audio, and they're trying to, go get Michael. He's going to speak his mind.
Yep, and just line up in a single line formation to give me a piece of your mind. How, oh, you're too conservative. Oh, I don't like the facts that you speak, or I don't like the fact that you're not following false narratives. Okay, keep drinking that Kool-Aid. I don't know what to tell you.
So going back to the Facebook,
We're still on the Facebook thing.
we already established that you don't like Facebook.
No,
Oh, Mitt Romney.
yeah, I was about to say we're off the Facebook thing.
Okay.
So we're sitting in the office in Pearl, and we're watching the election because the time difference. It's
Pearl Harbor, Naval Base.
Yep, out in glorious Hawaii, and we're watching the election, and it's going in a direction that I was not fond of, and I sat there. I'm like, okay, well, guess I have 4 more years of this. Not the greatest, but whatever. You know, I voiced my opinion. I went with my gut, my instinct for who I thought was the best person. But, you know, 1 vote's not enough to swing it another direction. But either way, I just, yeah, I'm going to probably annoy some people with this. But I was more excited than anything when I saw that a businessman was running in 16. That actually excited me, because if you think about it logically, and I don't care who you are, this is the mentality you have to have. The military, the country, almost every entity or position in this country needs to be ran like a business.
I agree with that.
And I know it's sad to say that, but the military is a business. The country as a collective whole is a business. And the point of running a successful business, the premise of it, is have a good CEO, a good COO, and have good upper level management, middle level management, and lower level management, and have good workers, if you will. And for lack of better terms, I felt that under Trump, we had that. I felt that we had that very concrete.
Absolutely.
Also, I'm not somebody who likes, you know, a leader, if you will, who just has a big smile, just laughs and jokes about
A
everything.
wolf dressed in sheep.
A wolf dressed in sheep?
Dressed as a sheep.
Okay, I was about to say that sentence that you said made utterly no sense.
Hey, I just woke up. I'm still waking up.
It's 10:15. What the hell?
Exactly.
Oh my God. Anyways, but no, last year, specifically with the season, I was asked a question by a khaki who said, I want you to write down your top 3 leadership traits and your bottom 3 leadership traits. And so I wrote them down, and he looked at me, and I've known this guy for a decade easily. I've second tour with the guy, and he looked right at me. He's like, Michael, is it possible for the same person to exhibit all 6 of these traits? And I said, absolutely. And he said, correct. And he said, the best leaders make mistakes. The best leaders mess up. The best leaders learn from their mistakes and take feedback from their subordinates. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right, Rob. 100%. You are correct. And I realized that the best leader for a country is not the guy that's polite, gentle,
Right.
politically correct.
We need tough hand.
You need somebody that
Discipline.
You need somebody that can deliver the bad news when you need to deliver the bad news. You need somebody to call it as it is. For lack of better terms, call a spade a spade. And I did not feel that under, again, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is the opinion of anybody else but me. I did not feel that we had that under Obama. And I'll just be frank, I feel like we have the polar opposite under Biden.
People like more a leader that can, like you said, portray a big smile, everything's fine, even though the country is in flames behind them. Like, they like the fact that they can be delivered good news. Like, they want a leader that only delivers good news, and even when the bad news arise, they
But-
deliver them in a way where they feel happy or comfortable. No, there's times to be blunt.
But
right?
but that's the other flip side to that coin is you can deliver a message, a negative message saying, oh, hey, LA's on fire, or Atlanta's on fire, you know, whatever. You can deliver whatever negative message you want to deliver. Your delivery is where you catch your audience.
Right.
And you know, we've been saying in the service for however many years, over a decade, do not come up to your supervisor, your chief, your LPO, whatever the case may be, with a problem. I mean, you can, But we always tell people, if you're going to come up with a problem, come up with a recommended solution or a recommendation for a path forward.
Right.
And that's the thing. I felt that under Trump, more often than not, when he had to deliver bad news, there would always be a follow-on to, and this is what we're going to do moving forward, or this is what we're going to do to mitigate this. Under Biden, it just always seems like a panic, or it always seems like I'm just going to tell a blatant lie because enough people will just take it for what it is.
Well, isn't that the best way to control the masses? Fear?
Sure. I mean, I don't remember which president it was, but damn, now I got to remember my history and I'm screwing it up.
Well, while you remember that, my grandma is always telling me, don't go here, don't go there. This happened here, this happened there. There was this thing that happened in California. She lives in a constant fear. She doesn't leave the house. And it's because, guess what she does? She sits down and watches the news 24/7. That's all she does. So she lives in a constant state of panic.
Well,
And it's not good for her or anybody.
So according to history, Franklin D. Roosevelt was the one that stated, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. But what I will say is fear is a very strong, very powerful tool. And if you strike fear into the heart of a people or a country, yes, you're going to control a narrative, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. And that's the one thing that absolutely drives me insane is you have, for lack of better terms, you have people have their own independent beliefs, which is fine. You don't want to just have everybody believe the same thing because then life is too boring. Everybody does the same thing. But when you intentionally allow things to be provoked, when you intentionally allow things to happen that are, for the most part, avoidable. I'm not saying everything in life is avoidable, but I do not agree with somebody saying, oh, if you cross into this country or if you push him or shove them or whatever, I'm going to impose a fine on you or a tariff or, whatever the devil. Come on. I'm sorry. Like, I've never seen incompetence like that. That's no different than telling kids on the playground, hey, if you shove this person into the sandbox, I'm going to put you in timeout for 15 minutes. Okay? The person shoves another kid. The parents put them in timeout for 15 minutes. Oh, wait, 15 minutes later, they're back in the sandbox probably doing the same stupid thing.
I'm going to show you this thing that got posted on Facebook, and
boy.
you tell me what you think.
I swear to God.
Read it for the folks. Explain what it is first.
Oh, yeah, that's something my wife would post. So if guns kill people, I guess pencils misspell words, cars drive drunk, and spoons make people eat. Yes, my wife did post that, and I could not disagree with it whatsoever. So the fact of the matter is, a gun is a dormant object. It sits there. It doesn't load itself. It doesn't cock itself. You cannot pull the trigger and discharge it on its own. Of course, if there's a malfunction with it and it's loaded, sure, I guess it can happen. But
doesn't happen very often, though.
I forget the movie. Maybe it was Cradled to the Grave or whatnot. It was an old DMX movie.
I like that movie. Jet Li and DMX.
Yeah, it was Cradled to the Grave. But he was up on the balcony in the nightclub that he owned or worked at or whatever, and he just yelled, "Guns don't kill people, people kill people." Oh, I'm so sorry. That's about as factual as it gets.
That was DMX?
Yeah, DMX was the one that said it.
That's awesome.
He yelled it because somebody said guns kill people. He said guns don't kill people, people kill people. The weapon itself is the gun itself is just a tool. The person is the weapon.
So I want you to, now that you read the post, I want you to read the comments that follow that post.
Great.
Don't mention the people. We're not going to put anybody on
I'm
blast
not
here.
going to mention the people.
Read the first comment.
First, haha, yeah, and those Uvalde children just jumped in front of those bullets. Yes. Sad, but no, that's, yep.
What do you think about that one? It's kind of ignorant comment, huh?
It is ignorant. The problem in this country is that, I mean, you can agree or disagree with the Second Amendment, but the fact of the matter is our founding fathers had enough foresight to say, hey, if the government gets too big, which that was the reason the Second Amendment was created,
Or out of control.
or out of control, that it was a means for private citizens to protect themselves, their property, their assets, and their family against the government. Now, granted, nowadays, because crime is running amok and running rampant in all major cities, some suburban areas as well, but mostly in major cities, the ability to carry your firearm, whether it be concealed or, not concealed, personally, I think carrying a weapon concealed is smarter because then nobody knows that you have a weapon and you can defend yourself. But at the same token, I feel that it's a matter of, hey, as long as you're a law-abiding citizen, you can pass your background check, you should be able to purchase and carry whatever firearm you want. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I think that there's always going to be an attack on it because the people that are most afraid of the Second Amendment are those that are in power and are abusing their power.
Right. I agree with that.
And I'll just say the names out loud. I don't care. Nancy Pelosi. How many years you been in politics? 50, 55 years? Find the nursing home. That's where you belong. Obviously, you are not doing anything productive besides complaining and moaning about how you're not getting your way all the time.
And insider trading.
Oh, yeah. Her and her husband are guilty of sin of that. But, they'll never hold them accountable because Democrats don't know how to... Correction. Not all Democrats, but the left side of the house does not know how to realize laws are meant for everybody. They're not good enough for me, but they're good enough for thee. No, they're good enough for you, too. You passed the damn law. Now you should abide by it.
So read the second comment so we can wrap this up.
And when Cain killed Abel with a rock, God did not ban all rocks. Really? You went all biblical there.
You put me on blast.
I did because, really?
But it's true.
I'll just come out and say it. You can agree or disagree with me. I think you're going to agree. If we're going to be so stringent and uptight and say, oh my God, guns are the problem, how many people die every year in accidents on the road because of drunk drivers or because of drivers texting on their phones or
under the influence of some other stuff?
Yeah, or under the influence of marijuana or something else. It happens. So the thing is, the Second Amendment is a right. It's a constitutionally protected right. Driving a vehicle and having a driver's license is a privilege. Guess what? It's not protected by any constitutional amendment. It's not protected by anything. So if we're going to be so uptight and nitpick at a constitutional right, you know what? You want to get caught DUI? You don't have a license for 5 years. You have to pay X amount of dollars in tax. I don't know. Insert here whatever consequence or repercussion that you want to insert, because the reality is we allow people to get away with things in this country that are only privileges left and right. But when it comes to rights, our government's all about, well, let's see how many rights we can strip. Let's see First Amendment, Second Amendment. We literally attack our own rights, being our politicians in this country more than anything else. And when the citizens rise up and, when the masses stop being the silent majority and start actually voicing our concerns, oh, we're wrong, we're domestic terrorists. No, that's wrong.
It is wrong. Any closing thoughts for this? We're approaching here the 30-minute mark. Any closing thoughts for this podcast, Michael?
30-minute mark, wow.
Formality is key.
Killing me. No, I would just say that I don't know where this podcast is going to go. I don't know what the overall goal or objective is. I guess it's just free thought and just thought-provoking comments and such. But I'm hoping that in future episodes of this, maybe more people will jump on the bandwagon, be interested, comment on it. I mean, open to thoughts and opinions, obviously, but at the same time, I mean, if we're wrong about some of the things that we state, I'm open to facts as long as they're accurate. But enjoy. Happy Independence Day, America.
Happy Independence Day, everybody. Take care.
God bless America.